Hello everyone and welcome back to LN Simulation here in Euro Truck Simulator 2. So we're ready to go today, all firing on all cylinders. Going to be going and exploring more of this fantastic game or simulator, whichever one you want to call it, in the brilliant Scania 850, which is the one that I'm driving here. This is going to be a wonderful trip today. We're here in Rotterdam, which is where I've driven to, so we're in the Netherlands, and we're actually taking 19 tons of sodium hypochlorite all the way down to Linz in Austria. So this is going to be quite a long drive today, and it's going to be a chance for you to be able to see what a full-on drive in Euro Truck Simulator is going to be like. So this is going to be quite a long video, so I hope you're ready and enjoy the trip with me as we take on this wonderful journey down to Austria, travelling through several countries along the way, and it will be a beautiful trip. Beautiful weather here in Rotterdam. Not so much in the United Kingdom at the moment. It's pretty drab here at the moment, but much better in the world of Euro Truck Simulator. So, welcome. We are going to be doing this journey. This journey will continue on stream. However, the stream will be before this. So this is sort of going to be a prequel in order to the stream, because this will come out after the stream has happened. So if everyone knows what's happened, I am trying to get down to Budapest essentially and explore that part of, I think it's Hungary, that sort of area on the map, where I haven't actually explored much of recently, or at all actually at all. It's all grey on the map, which means that I haven't visited it yet. So I'm trying to tick off every single city in the whole game. We'll certainly get there in time. It's an ever-expanding game, so it's certainly worth the time and effort. Anyway, let's get into this epic journey down to Linz in Austria. So, here we go. Beautiful Scania today, taking us all the way down to Linz in Austria. We'll get our starter screenshot. There we go. And one over there as well. Perfect. Right, so let's get going. The truck's turned off. Parking brakes engaged. And one thing we do need is, I keep pressing that, and it's always the wrong button. It's the F3 button, is it? No, it's the F2 button. Yep. Super. Right, so that's the only thing we need. Let's see how we do on this wonderful journey today down to Linz in Austria. So, it's been quite a while since I've done the Euro Truck Simulator video. I try and do one about once a month, and I'm currently adhering to that schedule, which is going to be interesting. Lots and lots of different sort of areas you can go to in the game now. So many different cities you can explore, and there's more and more added. There's a constant upgrade of this game is constantly happening, so it's certainly worth a chance to be able to look into it. Anyway, my truck is based in Manchester, which is my home city in this game, where my base is, and essentially the aim of Euro Truck Simulator is to explore and explore and explore until there's no more exploring to be done, which will happen eventually, and then we're going to start and launch a company, do the whole career mode in this, which is going to be very interesting. So look out for that in 2022, which is probably going to be by the time I manage to get this done. Anyway, if you are interested in seeing some more Euro Truck Simulator footage, just let me know. I'm more than happy to do more than one stream a month on Euro Truck Simulator. I'm more than happy to do more than one video on the YouTube channel. Just let me know if you want it on Twitch, YouTube, however you wish. And hope you enjoy this journey. It's going to be a beautiful journey down to Linz in Austria today. I'm not too sure if I've actually visited Linz before. We'll find out when we have one of our rest stops. I'll have a look on the old map and show you the journey, which I might be doing so a little bit sooner than I thought. This is that's quite a gradient, isn't it? Blimey. Something tells me we're near Amsterdam. I saw a plane up there just disappeared. All we've got is the sat nav on the right. I am trying not to use the central sort of computer display as much, just to be realistic. Yeah, look at that. 747. Wow. This is, I can virtually, this is Schiphol. This must be Schiphol. Schiphol, however you want to pronounce it. This is Amsterdam's main airport. I've been here in real life. Done my own spotting session, and it is very similar to this, I must admit. Very urban. Probably one of my favourite airports in the world, I'm going to say, because it's kind of a mixture between urban and non-urban. One of, I say, because my favourite airport in the world is Toronto Pearson. I had an immense spotting time there many years ago, and I've been wanting to go back ever since. So if they could have a Toronto in Euro Truck Simulator, I'll be very interested indeed. Anyway, that's further down the flight simulator route, is when we get down to doing international flights like that. I haven't yet mastered how to use the full integrated Airbuses and Boeings and that lot in Flight Simulator, so but that'll be coming up real soon. I'm hoping to do that next week, actually, get Flight Simulator up and going on the channel. That'll be interesting, that is for sure. So my first Flight Simulator video should be up on YouTube very soon, so do keep an eye out for that if you are interested in some Flight Simulator 2020 footage, Microsoft Flight Simulator. Wow, this is slow. Right, so once we get through Amsterdam, don't know if we're going to head through to Belgium, and then head into Germany, or whether we're just going to head directly from the Netherlands into Germany and head south. I'm fairly sure, I mean, we're going to have to go through Germany at some point. Alternatively, I think you can get to Austria going south through France, Switzerland, and then possibly through a bit of Germany into Austria, but it's probably a much longer route. So today's going to be quite an interesting drive. I'm going to fuel up probably at this fuel station just to make sure that we have enough fuel to get us all the way down. It's a long journey today, so I don't want to split it into one or more videos. It's good to have it out in a single take. And at this point I can show you the map that we're going to be, the route that we're going to be following, and exactly where we're going to be going. So let's pull up here, grab some petrol. There we go. Let's have a look. Well, diesel price £1.12 a litre. That's cheaper than the UK at the moment. Well, that's only because of the fuel prices. Anyway, most annoying menu music is back. So here we are. This is Rotterdam, Amsterdam up here, which you just passed, Schiphol Airport. Essentially, we're going to be heading near Duisburg, off the coast of Dusseldorf, on the Rhinelands, down through to Cologne. So I think Belgium, look at the country borders, this is Austria, this is Germany, so we're not going to be touching Belgium, which is this country here. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to be touching that at all. So we're going straight into Germany, heading south past Frankfurt, it's going to be interesting, through over to Nuremberg, down south all the way to Linz in Austria. So yeah, not too far of a journey, which is where we're going to end up today. The end sort of aim is to head up to Budapest. By the time we get down to Linz, I'm hoping that our next video on Euro Truck Simulator will see us down into Budapest and the towns of Debrecen, Bex and Szeged. And then we'll head south over to sort of Lublin, Białystok, and various other places. There's loads and loads of different places to visit, but as you can see, a lot of this down the south I haven't visited yet, and there's the whole of Italy to do once that gets added. So yeah, lots to go through, and we'll be most of the way there. We've only explored 31% of the map, so still a lot to go. Right, let's continue on our epic journey. I do love this Scania, it does look the part. Looks like it can haul a lot more than just 19 tonnes of sodium, whatever the heck we've got. Right, back in the cab. I'm going to have to barge in, I'm very, very sorry. You weren't going to let me out. You don't get much of a time to exit back onto the motorway. The slip road isn't very long at all. Anyway, this bloke in front's got a rather large load, a tractor by the looks of it, of some kind. We're going be an interesting journey down to Linz, over through Germany, most of Germany by the looks of it, as you saw in the map. We've got a lot to explore, so don't worry, there's plenty of Euro Truck Simulator videos to come. Vive la France DLC is one of my most excited moments, because I love France, and hopefully explore that some more at some point. Do they want us to stay in this lane, or... Oh no, we are turning off here towards Liège. He's not. But we are. That is a large tractor, that. That's on that lorry, blimey. Get the speed up and continue. So, American Truck Simulator has been mostly my forte at the moment. I do enjoy American Truck Simulator, very much so, especially with my my beast of a Kenworth that I've got in the game. I am trying to see if I can get a Scania. I think it's a T-line, is it? The one with the Scania with the sort of the front bonnet out extended rather than the flat one like this. I see too many of these flat-fronted lorries. As I probably mentioned in my last video, my American Truck Simulator video, there is a truck company near me who operates a recovery truck that is, I think it's either a Peterbilt or a Kenworth, and that's actually near me in the UK. They're beasts of trucks, so much so that they can probably haul twice their own weight, which is absolutely staggering. It really is. So is this an old style Scania? Because we've got a new style Scania, as you can see. They changed the design. Yeah, that's an old style Scania. That's one that I used to have, one of them. Very nice. It's a nice design, I must admit. I'm not putting it down. It looks really nice, in my opinion. He's going to cross into his lane. In my opinion, I think the ranking of the trucks are, if I didn't have a Scania, I'd probably have a Volvo. They look alright. I'm a fan of that sort of design. And if I didn't have a Volvo, I'd have a Mercedes, but I certainly wouldn't have a Renault or a DAF or anything like that. Anything stupid like that. Don't like DAFs. I think they look daft. That's what I've always said. There's many different truck designs out there. It depends on what you're looking for, but Renaults, to me, they look the worst. Like, I've never seen a truck design as ugly as a Renault. Really, really ugly. That is unless you account for Tesla's new truck, that self-driving truck. That, yeah, may look the part. Well, I wouldn't say look the part, may do the part, but it looks hideous. It really, really looks hideous. It looks sort of like a truck's been half sort of cut down and crushed, and like, it sort of looks futuristic, but at the same time, the styling is so ugly. Which, I must admit, when I first saw the Tesla Model S, I thought that was like the best thing I'd ever seen in my life. It was gorgeous and I wanted to have one. And the P85 sort of high-speed version, the fast version, that could race supercars 0 to 60 and win. But then again, electric power is instant, you know. I mean, there's certain trains out there that would versus cars for 0 to 60, and power to weight ratio on that is insane. So, if you're accounting for the differences, especially trams. Trams are they've got a lot of power and a lot of electricity available, but they don't have much weight, so they shift. They really shift. So, talking to do with trams, I was watching a video this morning, really excited to hear, I think it was about 2 or 3 years ago maybe, that Don Coffey was a guy on YouTube, but he's a guy on YouTube at the moment actually, and he's producing these cab ride videos, Transpennine Express, Northern, that sort of stuff, for the railways. And he's just got himself over to the trams. So he's got a pal who works at the Metrolink, who's a minder driver. So a minder driver is basically a sort of like driver manager who can a little bit higher than your standard tram driver. And essentially he's dedicated himself and helps out Don in producing cab ride videos for every Metrolink line across the Manchester network. So first one he did was I think it was East Didsbury to Rochdale Town Centre via Oldham, which is a route I know very well because it is I've got family who live along that route, so it means a lot to me. I've used it several times. And then the second route he's doing now is another route that actually means quite a lot to me, because I spent a lot of my younger years here, and that is the line from Ashton-under-Lyne to Eccles via Media City. Media City is essentially where ITV, BBC are based, all of that lot. In fact, I think the BBC moved their headquarters from the television centre in London over to Media City in Manchester, and I think breakfast is hosted from Media City in Manchester. So it's a big hub, lots that comes out of there. And it was fantastic. I like to split them because they're quite long, these cab videos, so you can either watch it all in one or you can watch it in segments. So, oh, we're in the wrong lane. Oh, I'm very sorry. Oh dear. Yeah, so you can watch it in segments. So what I've done is I split it. So I've done Ashton-under-Lyne through to Piccadilly, and then the second leg's going to be Piccadilly through to Eccles via Media City. So I'll be watching that hopefully tomorrow morning. I look forward to seeing that. It's a very enjoyable drive. I think it must be quite surreal to drive a car on a street and be following a light rail vehicle, like literally on the rails, because the rails share the streets with cars. So you can be stuck at a traffic light and have a tram pull up next to you or behind you or something like that. You know, it's very surreal, and I like that. Makes you feel like you're part of it a lot more than with the railways. You know, they're completely separate. They would never run part in part. But yeah, completely different for the light rail, and that's what's intrigued me to it. I'd like to explore some more of the Manchester Light Rail network if I ever get a chance. So highly recommend Don Coffey's videos. Very informative. Especially that he talks about the architecture in Manchester, how it's changed. I didn't realise they're building a whole new sort of arena at, next to the Etihad Stadium called the Co-op Live Arena. Essentially that's going to be apparently the same size as Madison Square Garden in New York. Now that's gigantic. So that's going to host some real big events. I mean, at the moment, if anyone wants to perform, they perform at the Etihad Stadium usually, or the MEN Arena. But the Co-op Live Arena is essentially going to take over what the MEN does, and I think the end game is to have a lot more civilian stuff at the MEN Arena, sort of turn it into an NEC-like place, and then all the concerts and the live events and stuff like that will take place at the dedicated Co-op Live Arena, which is by the Etihad Stadium. So much going on in Manchester. It's nice to see there's a lot of progress happening with the city. I think it's a buzzing place to live. I don't live there, by the way, but it's nice to be near it, I must admit. It doesn't feel like I'm in rural Germany, but I am. You can see you've got the red roof houses up there, synonymous with Germany's Rhineland. Gorgeous part of the map, this, and it's a drive I'll happily do anytime because it's so enjoyable. It really is. And it's quite scenic too. I mean, even if you're on a motorway, or a highway, or a freeway, or a U-Bahn, Autobahn, whatever the heck you want to call them, you know. So we've got a sign coming up here. Where are we going? Do we want to go to Austria? I'm going to go straight ahead. Or Frankfurt. We're not going to Frankfurt. I know we're going past Frankfurt. We're not going to Frankfurt. I wonder what it wants us to do. We are coming up here. By the looks of it. So we are going towards Frankfurt. I'm surprised at the another one of those sort of countries, Germany, where the biggest city is not necessarily the capital. So the capital is Berlin, and the biggest city is probably Frankfurt, Cologne, Dortmund, Hamburg. They're all rather large cities. A lot of production happens in Hamburg. But you know, the largest city is not Berlin, and Berlin is the capital. One of those where historical rights have always gone forward. Like people in another city that's like that, Canada. Another country that's like that is Canada. I thought Toronto was the capital. Everyone, probably. The minute you think, what's the capital of Canada? I think most people who aren't glued up on their general knowledge would probably say Toronto. Or Toronto, as they call it over there. If you literally spelt Toronto as you pronounced it in Canada, it would be T-R-O-N-O. Toronto. There's no other T in it, it's just Toronto. That's it. But no, the capital of Canada is Quebec, I believe. Not even Montreal, no, or Vancouver, no, it's Quebec. Which is interesting. Just like Australia, the capital of Australia is, don't let me get this wrong, Queensland, is it? Which is definitely not the biggest city in Australia, I can assure you of that. One of probably the biggest cities either, I'll probably say Melbourne, and then followed very shortly by Sydney. I think Melbourne's just a tad bigger than Sydney. And then you've got literally Western Australia only really has one city, and that's Perth. Right, so we're near Cologne. This is good. We're doing rather well with our treks and travels. Plenty of fuel, which is good. Oh, hello. He's been pulled. How can you be pulled for speeding on a motorway with no speed limits? Or maybe he was pulled for something else. It's wonderful travelling through Germany. I think this game's got a lot of scope for expansion and stuff like that, and there have been many expansion packs. I haven't downloaded them per se because, well, most of my investment goes into train simulators because that's what my channel is based on, and B, I just haven't really got round to it. I don't have enough appeal by the people on the channel just yet to warrant getting any further expansion packs, but if people are interested, as I keep saying, if you are interested, do let me know in the comments. Hit me up in the comments. I'm more than happy to do another round of Euro Truck Simulator. I thoroughly enjoy driving in it. In fact, my local town is just based on trucking. That's, you know, about 60% of the business where I live is trucks and heavy goods. We've got a rail terminal, a large rail terminal, not too far from where I live. Guy's getting on my nerves. He's just slowed me down to a standstill and then decided he's going to speed up. But yeah, so trucks and the moving of goods off the railways is a large business where I'm from, and so much so that they do dedicated training for truck drivers where I live. So, but that is only because we've got a huge base for for a company called Kalina, who are a UK truck distribution company, who operate trucks. I was going to say Eddie Stobart, and you'll all know what I'm talking about if I say Eddie Stobart, but I'm not, because unfortunately Eddie Stobart technically is no more. They are simply a brand of Kalina, the larger Kalina group, which owns Fowler Welch, and a few other companies as well, all under the Kalina umbrella, which is a bit sad. I think in time they're probably going to get rid of all the brands, and Eddie Stobart as we know it will cease to exist, which is just, as soon as I heard they'd been overtaken by Kalina, I just thought to myself, well, that's it. That the problem that Stobart had is A, COVID really badly affected them, so a takeover probably seemed favourable at the time, and Kalina have cleverly used probably COVID to allow takeovers of other companies that they previously probably wouldn't have taken over, but now that they have the opportunity to expand, it means that more people can get more jobs. But the main reason I reckon is Stobart had a huge investment in Flybe. What's this guy doing? Yeah, had an absolutely huge investment in Flybe. Flybe are back, by the way. They'll be launching very soon from their new hub in Birmingham. If you've seen if you've ever flown from Birmingham, I flew from Birmingham recently. There's a Volvo, very nice. Yeah, not too bad. I flew from Birmingham recently. You'll see the control tower at Birmingham has Flybe written on the side of it. So it is the new base for Flybe, which is certainly interesting to see. I think I've just made my journey longer by not going on that, which is weird. So, oh, look at that! Must be near Frankfurt. That must be Frankfurt Airport there. It's a huge airport. Anyway, yeah. Eddie Stobart had a huge investment into Flybe, who have come back, but well, look at that, very nice. And as a result of Flybe going under, the Stobart Rail brand, which operated as a sort of subsidiary, Stobart Air brand, which operated as a subsidiary of Flybe, was consequently squashed as well. Stobart Air operated the majority of the operations at which airport is it? Southend, which is now mostly EasyJet now. So EasyJet took on a lot of Flybe routes. For example, I flew with EasyJet from, I don't know if this is actually true or not, so I can't remember whether they used to do the flight, but I believe Flybe used to have a flight from Birmingham up to Edinburgh. And my flight from Birmingham to Edinburgh was operated by EasyJet, so I'm going to take a hazard guess and say that the EasyJet, the Flybe operation was overtaken by EasyJet when Flybe lost their slots and had to sell them in order to survive. But Flybe are back, don't worry about that. I'm not sure whether the Stobart Air part of it will be back. I reckon now that Stobart have been sold to Kalina, Kalina are going to say, no, you're a logistics company, we want you to focus on that now. That's going to be it. I'll be very surprised to see Stobart Air come back. So, and Stobart Air were also a part of, in fact, I might be getting this completely wrong, but to me, Stobart Air were no, we're not turning off here, are we? Stobart Air were a part of Aer Lingus, or Flybe, I can't remember which one. I think they were more a part of Aer Lingus Regional. But anyway, basically something went on, and I very highly doubt that Stobart Air are going to continue their operations at the moment, if they do have any. It's been a very topsy-turvy year for a lot of companies, but I think that the Kalina takeover of Stobart means they'll focus on what they launched from the very start, which is a road haulage company. it's just very sad to see that now, the minute you join Stobart, you're not actually a Stobart employee anymore, you're a Kalina employee. Which is really sad, because I like Stobart. Stobart Rail was something I really enjoyed. It doesn't really exist in that much form today. I would love it if Stobart could get back on the railways. I think there's a huge demand for freight, rail freight, and if I was Stobart, I'd be looking to expand in that area, but then again, it's not Stobart's decision anymore, it's Kalina's decision, so... Which is sad to see, because I thoroughly enjoyed seeing all the Stobart lorries, but eventually they'll all be rebranded. It was going to take a long time, because Stobart have a fleet of probably over 10,000 vehicles. So it's going to take them a long time to repaint them all. So anyway, enjoying the old Euro Truck Simulator drive at the moment. I'm just trying to make sure I follow this this sat nav to the latter. I think it's telling me to get into this lane now. Can I? Or is he just going to be an arse? Okay, no, come on, guys, idiots. Right, yeah, we needed to get into that lane. We wouldn't be going anywhere down there, so. Well, it's been a beautiful drive so far, though. I've really enjoyed exploring more of this beautiful map. It is the definitive truck simulator game. There's been a bit of an accident there. Yeah, it is the definitive truck simulator game, and I thoroughly enjoyed being part of it. I can't imagine anything ever replacing SCS with a truck simulator. I know there's been a few goes at doing it, but I think this is the definitive truck simulator. There's not much more you can add to this. In a very similar way that Fernbus is trying to be a bus simulator, and so is Bus Simulator 2021, but the definitive bus simulator will always be onto. And as much as you hate it, and as much as it's very, very, very behind in its development, it is the OG bus simulator, so it will always remain like that. Anyway, hopefully we can make it somewhere near Austria, Linz, Austria soon. I haven't looked at the map yet to see how tired we are or anything like that. Might have a quick look at it very shortly just to see where we stand. What is this saying? Are we going straight ahead or not? What's the sat nav saying for us to do? Yeah. You ever hear that sound? I'm not sure if anyone just heard that, but it's the sound of swans taking off on the Mersey. And they do that even at about 2 in the morning, and it's rather loud. Because I'll be honest, swans, they're beautiful creatures, right? They're absolutely gorgeous creatures, but they are on the verge of being like pelicans and similar lights. They're large birds, very large. In fact, they are gigantic for a bird's size, and they're like flamingos. In fact, flamingos have wings but can't fly, I've been told, which is interesting. I'm not sure about pelicans, but definitely swans can fly. It just takes a lot of sort of weight to get, and takes a lot of, you know, to lift. You have to get enough lift under the wing, don't you? Yeah, they're not fast birds, I can assure you of that. This is gigantic. Wow, that is awesome. And it takes them a long time to get that lift. So a swan, I'm going to say this, and it sounds a bit weird, but swans need a runway of water in order to take off. They are huge creatures. And in order to take off effectively, they need at least, well, I'm going to say at least 100 metres to be able to get into the air. I mean, I see them here, they start about 100 metres back. By the time they pass my house, they're only just in the air. And it's like watching an A380 take off. It's really loud and takes a bit of time. So I think a swan only flies if it absolutely has to. Most of the time it just dabbles its feet in the water and swims around. Right, so we're getting a bit tired by the sounds of it. Don't know how my conversation got onto swans, but welcome to the Trucking Diaries. In fact, that is a fantastic name. I might keep that. Welcome to the Trucking Diaries with LM Simulation. In fact, that is a fantastic name. I'm going to note that down. And as of 2022, anything truck related is going to be part of my Trucking Diaries series. So this is a provisional Trucking Diaries episode. So welcome to the birth of something beautiful. Anyway, this guy needs to really speed up. He's getting on my nerves now. Yep. I'm going to say, well, when's our shipment due? So it's 23:06 that we're currently due. Our shipment is due. Yeah, we have more than enough time to get some sleep. That's fine. So I'm going to say, whatever the next rest stop is, let's stop there and grab some rest. We're just going to need to keep an eye on the navigation system as to where it wants us to go. So enough of the voice navigation because it got a bit annoying after a while. I might turn it back on for American Truck Simulator for some people that are interested in it. This is a rather interesting lorry. Is this transporting cars or something similar maybe? What does it say on the side of it, or is it? No. It's an interesting lorry that. I wonder what that's transporting. If anyone knows, do let me know. Interesting sort of shape. Maybe it's an F1 carrier, or maybe not too sure. This guy, honestly, this is an autobahn, mate. You can go more than 50. Horrible Renault truck though. Yeah, I know. I think there's a rest stop coming up here. There is actually, yeah. Right, here we go. This is going to be our dedicated rest stop. So we are stopping off at Leifheim, I think. Oh, God knows how you pronounce that. Right, where do we go for sleep? Not many directions, are there? Oh, nice sort of place this. Right, in here, by the looks of it. Yeah. Oh, he's coming with me. Hello, Mr. Renault man, you alright? You following me? Yep, you are. Oh, look at that, it's a gigantic tractor. Let me park next to him and get a nice little screenshot. Probably the worst parking you'll ever see, but let's just trying to find a good view. Yeah, it's a bit iffy. Anyway, let's park ourselves here. Is there about us rest or? let's get some rest. 3 AM. Right, so when are we due now? 8 AM. That's a good time. We'll live with that. It's K the high beams. Yeah, we'll put the high beams on just for now. And take you off. Right, so not too far to go. Welcome back as we head into the night. The dark night. It's a very, very dark night, isn't it? So if anyone wants to know my computer specifications, anything like that, you can find that all on my Twitch channel. So my Twitch channel, I'm going to be putting that in the description just so that everyone has a link to it no matter what. My Twitch channel will be in the description below. I do stream at the moment on Saturday nights between 9 and 10. That's my weekly slot, no matter what. So that'll be my my weekly stream is Saturday nights. My next stream, at the time of this video going out, will probably be next week at Saturday, and that will, and I'm very pleased to say this, that will be a Flight Simulator 2020 stream, the first on my channel, I believe. So do keep an eye out for that. I am looking forward to doing that. We're going to be flying from my old local airport to my new local airport, which is from the south in the country to the north. So that's going to be very interesting indeed. So do keep an eye out for that. Going to certainly enjoy doing that in a light aircraft. It's going to take us about, well, probably about an hour, so that's going to be a nice little video for you, definitely. Right. Let's get this done. We're not going off. No, 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 no. I've done that really badly. Sorry. Holy moly. Couldn't have done that worse. That was a little nightmare, quite literally. So where are we? We're in Munich. That is a very, very bright building there. We want to head towards sort of Austria type way. It's telling us to get in this lane, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm hoping that my long-term aspirations for Flight Simulator is to I'm going to get the Bombardier Q400 and get a Flybe livery on it, make sure everything's up to scratch, and then I'm going to learn how to fly that from scratch. And once I've learned how to do that, I'm then going to sort of be a virtual pilot essentially for Flybe, operating out of Southampton over to Bristol, Southampton to various other places, maybe even Southampton to God knows. Birmingham, places like that, yeah, with my Bombardier Q400, Flybe-8. Certainly be interesting to see. Right, so we head onwards. Verona. Oh, we're starting to get very close now. This is sort of the end of Germany as we head into Austria. So let's get into the right lane. I hate it how you don't have slip roads here, you just have sort of a lane that just decides to go off. Every time you get back into the lane, you've got to think to yourself, is it going to be turning off? Is there a junction I'm not going to be coming off at? So according to the F5 display, we have about 128 miles to go, so we're getting much closer now. We've just gone past Munich. We're heading on the A1, quite ironically, down to sort of Salzburg area, and then we'll be through to Linz in Austria. So not far to go at all now, guys. We're doing really well. In fact, I'm amazed because this has probably been the first time I've ever done a Euro Truck Simulator video. Touch wood. And I've not damaged the truck or the trailer yet. I've been very lucky, that is for sure. Oh, sorry. K is the... Let's just try and turn off the high beam, that was all, because it's nearly morning, so... Look at that sky, gorgeous sky. If only it could be that nice weather here at the moment. It's going to be nice weather soon. The only problem is when it gets nice weather at this time of year, I can guarantee it's going to be absolutely bloody freezing. It is really going to be cold. So the minute you see that there's sunshine coming, that's when you get the gloves and the old. That's when you get the gloves and the thermals out, the scarf, that sort of thing, the hat. That's when it's going to be really cold. So this country, it doesn't really get much below, I'd say 3 degrees, 2 degrees. I'd say probably the coldest I've ever had it is -2 during the day, which compared to some countries is bliss. But then again, compared to other countries like Spain and that lot, it's very cold, very, very cold. So a lot of people, they go away at Christmas to the warmer countries because they prefer the warm climate. I've done that before. I went to Tunisia during Christmas once. Actually, rode a camel on the beach on Christmas Day, which was the most surreal experience I've ever had in my life. And also, yeah, that's cool. That was really cool. Oh, there we go, Vienna and Linz. Get into that lane, right? We're starting to get here now. I do thoroughly recommend it. A winter getaway is probably the best time to do a getaway because the prices are never as high as they are in the summer, which I can never understand. Why a summer getaway is so expensive? Because in the summer, well, chances are it'll be decent weather in the UK. So where are you going? What are you doing? The only reason it's so expensive is because you get so much holiday from the schools. If they sorted the school system out in this country and gave you 2 weeks during the summer and some extra holidays during the winter, the reverse would happen, and the holidays during the winter would be more expensive than the holidays during the summer. Don't get me wrong, they're still expensive during the winter because they know what you're trying to do. You know, you're trying to get a winter getaway, and chances are you'll pay whatever you need to pay. But for me, I'm happy. I like the. Well, I don't like the cold weather, but if I have to stay in the UK over winter, then that's what I do. Wow, look at the size of this. The size of that. Gigantic. It's being hauled by this tiny little lorry. What's that? A DAF? Iveco. Oh gosh, that's a lorry maker I've forgotten because I don't really care enough. Iveco, DAF, all of them. Yeah, I'm not a fan of them at all. Very, very small. But I'm surprised that can haul that. That's just your typical sort of very small lorry that hauls very small stuff, you know. Maybe like what I'm hauling. It'd make more sense if I'm hauling what he was hauling and he's hauling what I'm hauling. Yeah, look at that gorgeous morning here as we enter Vienna and Austria. Gorgeous, gorgeous place. So they had a thing in GTA 5, Grand Theft Auto 5. Now the reason I bring this up is this it used to be quite nice. On like between, I think it's December the 21st and the 29th of December, if you went onto Grand Theft Auto Live, which is the multiplayer, it would be snowing in Grand Theft Auto, because that's what the game developers decided to do. I'm not too sure if that happens in Euro Truck Sim, because I think it's just dynamic weather. But if you could have set like live weather for where you're going, that is the only thing that this game can work on, probably, is its weather engine. Needs a bit more variation, and to have live weather and live traffic updates, simulated traffic, all of that. That is what I'm looking for in a truck simulator, and that is the only things that I would like this simulator to work on. So, we must be getting very, very close to Linz now. It's been a wonderful journey, and I've thoroughly enjoyed recording this video. In fact, I'm surprised I've actually been able to do it in one take, to be honest. It's been very surprising from my end, but yeah, seriously enjoyed this. Oh, it's a helicopter. That is an interesting load. Now, that's another part of Euro Truck Simulator we'll have to explore. I've been informed that I have now reached a level where I can access some very interesting loads from certain locations. So we're going to be exploring some of them as we explore further into the map. Anyway, this is Linz. It's been a wonderful journey. Let's make our way into the sort of town centre or city centre, whichever it is. He's going slowly, isn't he? I mean, I could overtake him on this hill, just the power I've got, but he'll be a left-hand drive and I'll be a right-hand drive, so he might not be able to see me but I can see him, or he might be able to see me but I can't see him. Yeah, one of those funny ones. Which is why Tesla proposed to have all of their trucks with the driving in the centre no matter what, so there's no left-hand or right-hand drive. They just want the driving seat to be in the centre of the car, is the theory in the future, so that everywhere becomes universal. So you can drive a car in Germany, France, Australia, Poland and the UK and it'll all be the same. The only difference will be the license plate, which is, I think, where we need to go. I think universal adaptability, ease of use, that sort of thing is where we need to go. So, welcome to Linz, though. It's been a fantastic trip. I hope you've enjoyed it. I certainly have. And I will be back with more Euro Truck Simulator very, very soon. So we've got a recruitment agency, which is where we'll be going with the game once we've explored a bit more. But this is the first time we've ever been here to Linz. Won't be the last, I'm sure, as we explore the game more and more. It's been certainly fun. Look at that, there's an MAM behind us. Ugly thing. But this is where our journey today ends. It's been wonderful. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I really have. And I can't wait to bring Euro Truck Simulator back to you sometime in December, which is when I'll be back with Euro Truck Simulator, as well as American Truck Simulator, as always, once a month. Once again, if you are interested in seeing more Euro Truck Simulator stuff, do let me know, or any truck simulators for that matter. I'll be more than happy to oblige and bring you some more action, so yeah, very happy to do so. Anyway, let's get this load finished and parked up. Or a little bit early, actually. Good to see. So, well, oh gosh, that'll be a bit interesting, won't it? In fact, not very often we do this, but let's take a challenge. what I'm going to do is I'm going to... Oh. Oh, so close. Oh, how awful's that? I'm so close. Yes! That's the first time I've ever been able to do that. Look at that. So there we go. 731 miles. And we've done it, and we've made £40,000. And I'm now at level 27. Oh, what should I do? What should I do? What should I do? I've got the maximum ADR. I'm going to go for... let's go for eco driving. I think that will work well. So we use less fuel. Anyway, there we go. We are a new level. We've accelerated. We've done really, really well. And we've completed this fantastic journey from Rotterdam through to here in Linz in Austria. So I can't wait to bring you some more Euro Truck Simulator videos. Do keep an eye out for my live streams and stuff. All the information and pertinence description stuff will be available in the description below. Anyway, that's me for now. I hope you've enjoyed this fantastic Euro Truck Simulator video, and I will be back in the simulator next month for my next trucking diary, which will be starting in 2022. Anyway, that's all from me for now. Have a fantastic rest of your day, rest of your evening, wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you here again on LM Simulation. Take care, all the best, and ta-ra!